Financial freedom comes to the person who actively takes control of their finances. My name is Comfort Adejoh. Welcome to Lifeline with Comfort. On today's episode of Lifeline, I want to teach you how to begin saving money and taking complete control of your finances. A man I love so much, Brian Tracy, said something. Financial freedom comes to anyone who can save at least 10% of their income. If a family, an individual, a company, a corporation, or even a nation decides to set aside a percentage of their income and put it as savings, they become more prosperous at the long run. There's a man I like to pick his story from the book of Genesis. His name is Joseph. He had gone through so much in his life, from being chased and hated by his immediate family to becoming the prime minister in a foreign land. There was something that elevated Joseph, that distinguished Joseph, even if he was meant to be a slave boy. And it was his savings culture. God had advised him or given him a clue of what was going to happen in the nation of Egypt. And so he didn't sit on that dream or sit on that prophecy or sit on that feeling that he was going to be a great man. He acted. And on this episode, I'm going to break down some of the things Joseph did. If this is your first time on Lifeline with Comfort, welcome. I'd like to encourage you by asking you to please thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notification, and share this with somebody who wants to take a journey in savings. On Lifeline with Comfort, there are three main things we talk about: your faith, your family, and your finance. And if any of this resonates with you, kindly, like I said earlier, turn on your notifications, subscribe, share this lavishly, drop your comments, and like this broadcast. His gift of dreaming didn't stop at just telling him about dreams or telling him what was going to happen. It moved to making Joseph a prominent person in the nation of Egypt. If you look at chapter 30, verse 34, I beg your pardon, of Genesis chapter 41, you see what the Bible said. Joseph said to Pharaoh, "Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years." That means when there is a lot, when you have a lot, or you have something coming in, you should take 5th out. That was his advice to Pharaoh. Joseph had a different kind of mentality. Joseph's saving pattern comprises of some of the following things. Is number 1, he set apart the percentage or amount he wants to be saved, or he advised that Pharaoh sets apart the percentage or the amount to be saved. Number 2 thing you will see from the saving pattern of Joseph is he set out the duration for the savings. So what's the length of time? 2 years, 5 years? He set out 7 years. And the third thing you see from that scripture and adapting this pattern into our saving culture is number 3, he outlined the purpose for the savings. It was for the 7 years that there will be drought, if you read further down. Now, if you want to apply these principles or these patterns to you or me as a person, we could see this for Joseph. The percentage was 5th, isn't it? What it means is it's 1/5. What it then means, if I want to break it down a little further, is 20% of the income or the harvest or the land or whatever. But look at how this works. For Joseph, the percentage was the 5th, that is 20%, which is ideal judging from the fact that it was a big nation and a prosperous nation. But Brian Tracy recommends 10%, like I said earlier. However, I as a person, I would suggest that you start small. You start with as little as you're comfortable with or as big as you are able to do until you have mastered the art of savings. Number two thing we can pick from the pattern of Joseph is he set out a duration. What it then means is for you to stay focused and ensure that you are going to follow this through, you must set a duration. You can say to yourself, I am going to save for 30 days. I'm going to save this certain amount, because he proposed the amount he was going to save, and then he set the duration. So I'm going to save 2%, 1%, 5%, £10, £2, £1 for this certain number of time. And for Joseph, it was 7 years. And for you, it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months. The third thing we can see from the pattern that Joseph outlined was he was clear about why he was saving. Why was he making or setting aside 5%, or why was he proposing that 5% be set aside? There was an end goal to this saving. What is the purpose of the savings he was doing? Farming. Farming was the purpose. In case people get hungry, or when people get hungry, because no matter how prosperous Egypt was, there was a time of famine at the long run. And that was what God showed him. But God actually reveals to redeem. He doesn't reveal for head knowledge. He reveals for you to be able to act and do something really fast. What is your own purpose for savings? Could it be that you are saving for bigger things, like paying up your mortgage or raising the deposit for your mortgage? Or maybe smaller things like saving some money for Christmas shopping. No matter what it is you are saving for, I want to use this opportunity to let you know that we can take a 100-day saving challenge journey together using the Joseph savings pattern. Practice, they say, makes perfect. For every creative, entrepreneur, content creator, or business person, you definitely come to a point in your life that you have to take your savings very seriously. For family people, heads of government, people all over the world controlling some forms of finances, savings is a very important topic for them. And if you're watching me and you're somebody that would like to take a savings journey with me, I have created a journey using the Joseph pattern of saving. This challenge is going to help every participant to practice the art of saving. Here are the steps to follow. Number one, think of a big or small project that you want to accomplish in the next 100 days, and then write it down. The project could be shopping for Christmas, it could be paying off my mortgage, it just could be anything as big as paying off your mortgage or as small as buying a toy car for your child. Whatever it is that is the project, practice makes perfect. Number two, designate a savings account for this challenge, or you can get a piggy bank and keep aside. The number three thing to know, or the steps to follow, is start saving the equivalent of £2 for this particular challenge. We're saying £2 or over. We are suggesting £2, but you can decide to go with Brian Tracy's recommendation of 10%, or Joseph's recommendation to Pharaoh of 20%. By all means, make sure you are saving the amount that is most comfortable for you at the stage you are. And the last thing you need to know is there is a link in the description that would take you to a page where you'll be reminded every day to make sure you put in your commitment. You know, the page is designed in such a way that it sets a reminder. It reminds you that it's time to save your £2. It's time to save your £10, so that it helps you on the journey. It helps you to stay consistent. There's something you have to know. No matter how lofty your plans is, if you're not consistent, it will never come to pass. And so lastly, what you will do at the 100th day is break the piggy bank and count how much is in there. If you were using a bank account, check that account or go to the ATM and find out how much you have been able to save using the Joseph saving pattern. And would it be too much if I asked that you please share your experience with me? How much were you able to share? You can share that experience on comfortteaches@gmail.com. Did I say how much you were able to share? No. How much were you able to save in that 100 days? What day does the challenge start? It starts today, the 2nd of September, and ends on 11th of December 2021. If you're going to watch this video after now, feel free to use this pattern. Click the link. That link just sets you up and reminds you. You're not going to put your bank details there. You're not putting any financial detail there. It just reminds you that, hey, you have to do your savings today. You have to go to your piggy bank. And I know that as we do this, we would experience the beauty of setting aside a certain amount of money every day. Can I say there was a time I had a project, and I talked about this much more in one of my videos. I'll put the link up in the description. I had a project and I needed to save some money, and in less than 2 months I saved 10,400 because I sat down and I mapped out my savings, my income, and I told myself, you're going to save this certain amount out of your income and to carry out this project. And it happened for me. So I know that this will happen for you. A great man I love so much, Warren Buffett, said something. He said, do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. And I would like to leave that with you. I hope that you take this challenge, and I'm looking forward to reading the success, to reading the results of this 100 days challenge. Tell somebody in the comment section, let's go, let's go, let's go saving. And the Lord bless you as you do so. I hope you remember that Lifeline with Comfort is a program designed to equip, inspire, empower, and motivate you to awaken the giant within you. And I have promised to do it in 3 key areas: in your faith, in your family, and in your finance. Lifeline with Comfort is here to help you to awaken the giant within you. The giant of your finance is being awakened. I love you and thank you for hanging out with me on this episode. Bye-bye.